It is 11:47 on a Tuesday night. Someone is lying in bed with their phone held above their face, swiping through the same app they deleted 2 weeks ago. Left, 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 right, left. The faces look familiar. Some showed up last week. Some showed up the week before that. The new ones do not feel new. They feel rotated back in. Nobody matched today. Nobody matched yesterday either. And the quiet between each swipe is starting to feel less like bad timing and more like an answer. Not from a person, from the app itself. That feeling matters because what feels like rejection might not be rejection at all. Sometimes it is distribution. But if it is not rejection, what is the app actually doing? Most people picture a dating app like a room. Everyone nearby is inside. The app arranges them in a stack. People swipe through the stack, and if two people say yes, they match. But a person who signs up for the first time notices something odd. The first few days feel electric. Likes arrive quickly. Matches show up. The app feels generous. Then around day 5 or 6, the activity slows. The same profiles start cycling. The matches thin out. The app goes quiet. Nothing changed on their end. They did not become less attractive between Tuesday and Sunday. But the app started behaving like a different product. That shift is not random, and it is not a glitch. It is the first sign that the app is not showing a neutral list. Dating apps do not match people. They manage visibility. And if visibility is being managed, the next question is what the app uses to decide who gets seen. Every action inside a dating app can become a signal. Swiping right is a signal. Swiping left is a signal. Swiping fast without pausing tells the system someone is not being selective, so it adjusts what gets shown to them and how often they may get shown to others, but it reaches past swiping. Pausing on a profile for 4 seconds and then moving on is a signal. Opening a conversation and never replying is a signal. Replying once and going silent is a different signal. Deleting the app on a Friday and reinstalling it 11 days later is a signal too. The system can register all of it. None of this requires a microphone or a camera. No location history, no contact list. Just thumbs and timing. That is enough to build a behavioral portrait of how someone engages, how choosy they are, how responsive they tend to be, and how much attention the system should allocate to them next. The app is not just a place to browse profiles. It is quietly reading the person doing the browsing. And once it has those signals, the next question is harder. What does the system do with them? It uses them to decide where a person stands. Some early dating platforms became known for using ranking logic borrowed from competitive chess. In the 1960s, a physicist named Arpad Elo designed a system where beating a higher-ranked player raised a score more than beating a lower-ranked one. Several platforms adapted a version of that idea. In that kind of system, if a highly rated user swiped right on someone, that person's internal rating could climb. If a lower-rated user did the same, it might barely move. Modern platforms have evolved well past simple Elo. Most now run layered recommendation models with dozens of behavioral inputs that update constantly. But the core principle has not disappeared. Profiles are not shown in a purely neutral order. Visibility is shaped by how others have already responded. And when visibility drops, fewer people see a profile. Fewer impressions mean fewer chances to interact. Fewer interactions push the position lower. The loop tightens quietly in one direction. There is no dashboard, no notification, no score page. A person just notices the silence getting heavier and assumes the problem is them. But the real question is not how the ranking works. It is who benefits when it drops. Once every tiny action becomes a signal, it gets harder to pretend any platform is neutral. That includes the one this video is sitting inside right now. This is what the black box theory is built for, following the signals most people never see until the system underneath starts to show. So if this kind of breakdown is useful, subscribe so you do not miss the next investigation when it drops. A thumbs up helps push this video through the algorithm, which tells YouTube there are more people who want this kind of system explained instead of buried. And if anyone has noticed their matches shift after deleting, paying, pausing, or returning to the app, share it in the comments. Patterns become visible when people compare what the system did to them, because that is the strange thing about visibility. Once a platform can decide who gets seen, it can also decide when attention becomes revenue. And inside a dating app, that is where the system gets much more uncomfortable. This is where the product stops feeling like a dating app and starts looking like a behavioral loop. The app does not make money when someone finds a partner. If the right person appears on day 1, the app gets deleted. The subscription gets canceled. That is a lost customer. The app makes money when people stay. When they keep swiping, when they keep hoping, when they sit close enough to a match to believe the system is working, but far enough from satisfaction to keep coming back. And the features are structured around that exact tension. The new user boost that made the first week feel alive was not generosity. It was a sample. It fades after a few days and visibility can drop to a baseline that feels much lower than what the person experienced at the start. Now, they remember what the app felt like when it worked, and they want that version back. So the app offers a paid boost. Someone pays a few dollars on a Wednesday night because the app says more people are active right now. For 30 minutes, the profile jumps higher in the stack, but all that person is really doing is buying back visibility the app gave them for free and then quietly removed. Premium tiers offer a look at who already liked them, but those likes were already there. The app collected them and locked them behind a paywall. That is not a feature being unlocked. That is a restriction being sold back as access. And the return mechanic runs on the same logic. Delete the app, stay away for 2 weeks, reinstall it, and the system often gives another small boost. Just enough to feel like something changed. Just enough to restart the cycle. Every one of these mechanics depends on the same emotional state. Hope without resolution. The app needs people to believe the next swipe could be the one, but it also needs that swipe to not be the one. Not yet. Because the moment someone is fully satisfied, they leave. And that loop does not just keep people paying, it changes how they see themselves. When someone watches their matches disappear over weeks, they do not blame a ranking system they have never seen. They rewrite their bio for the 4th time. They swap their second photo and check back an hour later to see if anything shifted. They start examining their own face through the logic of a model they do not know exists. But in many of those cases, the person did not change. The system changed around them. Visibility shifted. Position adjusted. Their profile stopped traveling as far as it used to. And nobody said a word. The real damage is not bad dates or dead conversations. It is the moment someone starts treating an algorithm's silence as honest feedback about who they are. When distribution gets mistaken for truth, that is the answer to the question from the beginning of this video. The quiet between swipes was never personal, it was architectural. Dating apps did not invent rejection, but they built a system where rejection is invisible. A person does not get told no. They just stop being shown. And the silence that follows is not emptiness, it is architecture. Every app that promises connection is also managing disconnection. And every time someone closes the app and opens it again 10 minutes later, the system does not register that as loneliness. It counts it as engagement. 2 videos are on the screen right now. They were not placed there randomly. One follows the same kind of system inside something used every single day. The other traces a design decision most people never thought to question. Pick the one that pulls. The algorithm already has a prediction about which one it will be. Stay curious. I will see you there. It is 11:47 on a Tuesday.